You do not have to travel across the globe to actually redeem your miles and points for maximum value. For some of my domestic trips that I have done from November of 2022 and planning it out until the end of 2023, I would have redeemed 215,563 points and paying $56 in taxes and fees. And if I didn't have my miles and points, I would have paid over $5,900, $5,906.48 to be exact. Hi friends, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. I thought in today's video, I want to share with you how to redeem points and miles for its maximum value. And before I get into the video, I want to share with you what maximum value means to me, because it probably means differently to a lot of people and maybe it means differently to you. And I feel like there's technically two different meanings for me, and let me just share that with you. The first one is to basically spend as little cash as possible when I am planning for my trips. And secondly, I would really love to help my family members travel with giving them my points. And those are basically the two meanings for me when I'm talking about how I redeem my points and miles for their maximum value. Hey, if you feel like it, you can definitely leave a comment below and let me know, what does redeeming your points and miles for maximum value mean to you? And in this video, I just want to share with you some of the things that I redeem my points for. And the first two that I want to share with you are actually the ones that I redeem for my family members. This is actually my very first redemption ever. Last year in August, my younger sister told me that she wanted to elope. They're not pregnant, by the way, but they just want to get it over with and elope in September. When my sister told our family, my mom, who lives in Jakarta, Indonesia, definitely wants to be there for her as she was there for my wedding. So we were trying to scrambling around to see if we can find a pretty affordable flights for her from Jakarta to LA. I didn't really remember taking screenshot or really knowing how much exactly we were gonna spend if we were to pay cash. And I think in previous shorts and TikToks, I was saying that it was about $2,000, but I feel like in reality, it was probably around $900 to $1,000, because I remember I was gonna ask my sister about $300 a piece to help me pay for my mom's tickets. However, I came to realization that I have points that I can use for my mom's flight, so none of us have to pay in cash for this ticket. And that is exactly what I did. Like I said, it was my first redemption ever. I redeemed 88,000 points of my Chase points to United. I transferred it there, and then I was able to get my mom's flight for basically $0. I think we probably pay $40 and change in taxes. And secondly, I actually helped my youngest sister planning a trip to Coachella. If you know, you know. The Coachella festival is probably one of the most popular festivals in California, if not in the US. Dare I say? I've never been, so I don't know, but if you have been to some of these music festivals, let me know in the comment below which one you think is the most popular one. In my opinion, Coachella is the most popular one, because the hotel stays that these hotels are charging for that weekend were ridiculously expensive. And good thing I have some points in my Hilton Honors account that I can share with her, because she was gonna spend $2,041.90 for staying over the weekend, I believe in Palm Desert or one of the cities around the Coachella Valley. She asked me if I can help her out with my points, and of course I am super glad I can help her out with that. I gave her 100,000 of my Hilton Honors points, so instead of paying over $2,000, she was only paying $681.15, which in my opinion is still expensive, but it's definitely better than spending over $2,000. And I will leave the hotel name below, because she said that the room is not too bad, and then she didn't know that the hotel actually provide complimentary shuttle from the hotel to the venue. And I think that is actually a really good option. You don't have to drive, you don't have to worry about getting into the parking lot and having to wait for so long to get out of the venue to go back to your hotel every single night. So if you want to check it out, this is the hotel, and hopefully it will be on your list for next year's Coachella. I basically redeemed 188,000 points, and my sister paid about $681.15 for her hotel. In my opinion, that is still within my book. Like I mentioned before, I rather redeem a lot of points and paying as as little cash as possible for some of these trips. Now I'm gonna be sharing some of the trips that I personally booked for me and Ricky that actually have happened back in November of 2022 all the way to the end of 2023, and I'm gonna be splitting them into kind of two categories. The first one we're gonna be talking about is the hotel stays, and then later on I'm gonna be talking about all of the flights that I use my Southwest Companion Pass for. And I don't know about you, but in my opinion, the top two most expensive travel expenses are hotels and flights, and if I can pay as little cash as possible by redeeming my points and miles, I would definitely do that. So for all of the trips that I planned domestically in the US from like November 2022 until the end of 2023, we're gonna be spending 10 nights at Hyatt properties. We are redeeming 134,000 points and paying $0 out of pocket, because once you redeem your points for your hotel stays, you don't really have to pay any taxes or anything like that, which honestly is really amazing. And if we were to pay cash for these hotel stays and we didn't have any miles and points, we were gonna spend $3,496.22. In my opinion, if I were to spend this much money on a hotel for my trips, I probably would think twice or maybe 3 times before spending this money and planning the trip. But because we have miles and points, we technically pay $0 for our hotel. It's always a green light from Ricky, so that's why I keep planning these trips. Anyways, let's go into details of some of the cities that we are spending the nights in, how much they would cost if we were to pay cash, and how much points we actually redeem for these stays. The first redemption that I did for a hotel stay was back in November of 2022 in downtown Boston for 3 nights. I was actually flying out there for a work event. I was there for work from Monday to Friday, I want to say, and I wanted to extend my stay over the weekend because I've never been to Boston. I want to do a little bit of sightseeing. However, my coworkers told me that it's gonna be expensive, and they are not lying. I was looking between Hyatt, Hilton, and Marriott. I want to say when I was looking at the hotel to book in Boston, they were so expensive. However, I was able to actually redeem 51,000 points for a Hyatt-centric hotel in downtown Boston, and if we didn't have any points, we were gonna pay $1,118.05. And to be honest with you, if I was gonna spend $1,000 to extend my stay in Boston, I probably would not do that because that is kind of expensive for a 3-night stay. The second redemption that I did for hotel is when we were in Miami back in April. If you have been following me for a while, you might know that I was in Miami for going on a cruise on board the Disney Dream, and I always like to arrive at the port at least 1 day earlier before my embarkation day, just in case of travel delays or whatever issues that might happen. We have like a window of 1 day to get to the port, so I stay 1 night in Miami, and I actually redeemed 20,000 points, which honestly a lot for Hyatt for 1 night. And that was actually my fault because I booked them kind of like too late, in my opinion. I didn't really realize that it's gonna be so crowded in Miami. There's probably like 2 or 3 ships that were going out on the same day as my ship or my sailing, and I should have booked it way earlier. I usually book flights and hotel for cruises about 3 months before the actual cruise, which what I did, but I should have booked it earlier because I could have redeemed a little bit less than 20,000 points. But honestly, I didn't have to pay any money for this hotel. It was gonna be $501.57, but I redeemed 20,000 points, so that's still a win in my book. So the next couple hotel stays that I'm gonna be talking about is the one that are still coming up. I haven't actually stayed there, but I already redeemed the points. The next thing up is 3 nights in Washington, D.C. We've actually never been to Washington, D.C. before, and I just wanted to see what is out there. I know there's a lot of things to do, and honestly, I'm super excited to go because I've never been. I'm gonna be staying 3 nights at a Hyatt property in DC. We redeemed 27,000 points for this stay, and if we didn't have any points, we were gonna spend $769.36, which I think is still a lot for a 3-night stay, but it's definitely less than staying for 3 nights in downtown Boston. And after our Washington DC trip, we're actually gonna go back down to Miami because we're gonna hop on another cruise. It's gonna be on a new cruise line that we've never cruised before, and I'll definitely tell tell you more about it as it gets closer. So if you want to find out, make sure to follow me on Instagram because I'll probably will post over there, and also subscribe to my channel because I will definitely do a lot more videos about that cruise and review and my experience and all of that good stuff. And let me just give you a hint, it's gonna be an adult only cruise. Anyways, we're gonna be staying in Miami for one night, just one day before our embarkation day. And this time around, I actually get to spend only 9,000 points at a different Hyatt property that is actually a bit more affordable than the one that we did for our Disney Dream cruise last April. And if we were to spend cash on this hotel stay, it was gonna be $236.17. Last but not least, we're gonna be going back to California, and we're actually going to a conference in Long Beach. We usually stay at either Ricky's parents' house or my sister's place if we are in California, but because we are going to a conference, I feel like it would be easier if we are staying around the conference center in Long Beach. I think this Hyatt property is definitely walking distance to the conference center, so that is definitely more ideal. We don't have to pay for parking, we don't have to drive and deal with the traffic in Long Beach, and I feel like it's just gonna be very convenient and very easy for us. But we're gonna be staying there for 2 nights. We redeemed 27,000 points, and if we didn't have any points, we were gonna spend $871.07. Anyways, to just summarize again real quickly, we are gonna be spending 10 nights at Hyatt properties across the US for 134,000 points, and if we didn't have any points, we were actually gonna spend $3,496.22. Let me know in the comment below if you would spend this much. I feel like you would if you like to travel, but imagine if you didn't have to spend that much money. You can actually save money, and technically paying $0 for all of your hotel stays domestically in the US, it would definitely be easier to say yes to travel if you don't have to spend that much money and if you're just redeeming your points. Let me know in the comment below if you agree, if you would actually travel more if you have points and not have to spend over $3,000 for a 10-night hotel stays. Before moving on to the flights, which is something that I cannot wait to share, I actually have a free downloadable, and it's always linked in the description box on all of my videos. Basically, I have a freebie of a list of all of the top 4 US banks transfer partners. So basically, the way I can redeem my points on Hyatt properties for like my trips is actually transferring my Chase points into my Hyatt account and redeem the points that way. But there are so many different ways you can redeem points, not just for hotel but also for a lot of airlines. And if you watch my previous video where I talk about how I plan to travel to Japan on a budget, you can definitely see how much points I redeem for the flights and hotels, and I only spent less than $700 and I redeemed 807,000 points, I believe. And there's just a little bit of a strategy there, so watch that video if you like. I will leave the link in the description box below, and maybe in the future I will talk more about how to use this freebie that I have because it's definitely super helpful. I think before I make this for myself, I used to just log back into my banking account so many times to make sure that the airline that I plan to go with actually is a transfer partner for this bank because I want to transfer the points and not spending cash. It was just annoying to have to go back and forth between my banking account and the airline website and stuff like that. So I come up with this list to make it easier on myself and also for you, so you can download them. Check out the link in the description box below, and I hope it is helpful. And if you have downloaded it, use them for yourself when you are planning your trips. Let me know if you like it in the comment below. Let's talk about flights because this is something super exciting for me, and the reason why is because this is where my Southwest Companion Pass shines so brightly. If you have been following me for a while, you probably know that I am a huge fan of Southwest. Southwest is probably not the best of the best airline out there, especially for domestic US airlines, but in my opinion, they are the best for me and Ricky, and they definitely meet the needs of our domestic travel. And because we have the Southwest Companion Pass for 2023 and 2024, it's just crazy how much money we're saving because we have the Companion Pass. All in all, we are flying 7 flights with Southwest for now from April of 2023 until the end of this year, and we are redeeming 81,563 points, paying $56 in taxes and fees. However, if we did not have the Companion Pass, we were gonna pay $2,410.26. So let's go into details. First redemption that I did was a round trip ticket from Vegas Vegas to Miami for my Disney Dream sailing back in April. We redeemed 42,123 points and paying $11.60 for the taxes and fees. And if we didn't have any points or any of the Southwest Companion Pass and we needed to purchase 2 tickets round trip for me and Ricky, we were gonna spend $1,187.90. And if you have cruised many times before, you know that cruise fares are pretty expensive, especially Disney cruise. And if there are ways for me to reduce my expenses by using points instead of cash for the hotel and flights, that is still a win in my book. And the second redemption that we were gonna do is our Washington DC trip. We're flying from Las Vegas to Washington DC and we redeemed 11,719 points, and of course we're paying $11.20 for the taxes and fees. And if we were to pay for 2 tickets for me and Ricky, it was gonna be $351.96. Next, we are going from Washington DC to Miami because, again, like I mentioned earlier, we are hopping on a brand new cruise line for us, and we redeem 5,718 points and $11.20 for the flight ticket. And if we had to pay for 2 tickets, it was gonna be $196.50. And of course, after all of the fun in Washington DC and cruising for like 4 days, we need to go back home. So we are flying from Miami to Las Vegas. We redeemed 14,267 points and of course paying the $11.20 for the taxes and the fees. And if we were to pay for 2 tickets, it was gonna be $417.96. Last but not least, we are flying from Vegas to Long Beach round trip for that conference that I'm talking about, and we redeemed 7,736 points and paying, of course, $11.20 for the taxes and the fees. And if we need to pay for 2 tickets, it was gonna be $255.94 points. All in all, we were gonna take 7 flights with our Southwest Companion Pass. We redeemed 81,563 points, paying $56 in taxes and fees. And if we didn't have any of that at all, we were gonna pay in cash and it was gonna cost us $2,410.26. That is actually a lot of redemptions. At the end of this year, I want to make another video just specifically for my Southwest Companion Pass, like how much I spend for the minimum spend for the 2 cards that I open, how much everything comes up with at the end of the year, and just to see if it actually worth it to get the Companion Pass. Anyways, that is another video for another day. Anyways, I want to summarize everything for you. For hotel redemption, for 10 nights at Hyatt Properties and 7 flights with Southwest, we are redeeming 215,563 points plus paying $56 for the taxes and fees. And if we didn't have any of that and we were to pay with cash for 10 nights hotel stay and 7 flights with Southwest, it was going to cost us $5,906.48. If you're someone who is planning your family travel and you're trying to get your travel partner to agree and give you the green light, do you think they will actually let you plan all of this travel if you were gonna pay $5,900, where you can basically redeem a little bit over 200,000 points and paying only $56? I feel like it's so much easier for me now to get the green light from Ricky to travel because we have miles and points and because we are paying $56 for 10 nights and 7 flights domestically in the US. I still can't really wrap my head around it, but I'm gonna need to because it is my reality. Anyways, I'm just so fired up and super excited whenever I can talk about travel hacking because it's insane how much money you're actually gonna be able to save for your trips and how much easier it's gonna be for you and your family to travel more in 2023, in 2024 and beyond because of miles and points. Anyways, I hope this video helps you out. Let me know in the comment below if you have any questions or anything like that because I would love to help you out. I would love to help you travel more. I feel like I have so many videos on travel hacking tips and Southwest Companion Pass especially, so if you want to watch more videos around that topic, make sure to watch one of these videos that you see on the screen. I'm so happy and so excited to talk about all of this, maybe even more in the future, so make sure to subscribe to my channel and I will see you in the next one. Bye!